Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm sure if there are people watching this, hearing this morning, they're wondering what in the world is the purpose of what we're doing here this morning. If it is to answer the question, are prescription drug prices rising too fast, then they probably have a couple of concerns. And the first is, why have we not waited until the report requested by Chairman Waxman from the General Accountability Office on this very question was received? We really can't debate the proper increase in prices, what they should look like, until we know the facts, not the facts as reported by the New York Times or an advocacy group with a policy agenda, but that provided by an independent entity which has the responsibility of providing Congress with information. And the second concern is, why in the world did we not initiate this in the Subcommittee on Oversight and Investigations, where we have subpoena power if necessary and can take testimony under oath? If the concern is that prices are being manipulated and causing harm to Americans on programs under this committee's jurisdiction, then that would seem to be the natural place to hold that hearing. Maybe this is all about that monstrosity of a bill that we passed late in the night a couple of Saturdays ago. Again, it's just hard to know. But you do have to ask the question, where is the General Accountability Office? Where's the Congressional Budget Office? Where are the actuaries at the Center for Medicare and Medicaid Services that could make sense of some of this for us? None of those people are testifying today. Mr. Chairman, why is that? Now, I know some people look at drug prices and say all drug companies are evil and they shouldn't make a profit and we need to take those away from them. This government's history in the past year of manipulating in the market is wrong on so many principles. I don't think we should encourage that type of behavior in this committee today. But you know what we really don't know? If this manipulation does exist, what part of it was fostered by those secret negotiations that occurred down at the White House in May and June? And why has this committee had absolutely no curiosity about what was going on in those secret negotiations in May and June? And why is it that so many of these things were stumbled upon in hearing in the right workup of the legislation in this committee and on the Senate Finance Committee? Why is it that pharmacy prices can't be changed? Why is it that the American Hospital Association has some of the things that it's brought to the table that are judged to be pre-tax? What other deals were struck? What deals with the AMA? What about AHIP? What about the Service Employees International Union? We know nothing about that because this committee has had no curiosity about what might have been happening down at the White House under the cloak of darkness. This was supposed to be a transparent process available to the American people on C-SPAN from start to finish. And we can't get the most basic information about what was given up and what was given away during those secret negotiations in May or June. Now, we can also do a lot of stuff on Medicare Part D. Got to tell you that the fact that we decided in 2006 to work with the market rather than dictate to the market has been responsible for a significant amount of success in the Part D program, but I suspect we'll hear some of the same arguments that we've heard for years about why that program is not working, despite the fact that 90% of Americans age 65 and over have access or have prescription drug coverage today, compared to 75% before we started in 2004, and that the satisfaction with that program is at an all-time high. I'm not going to say that the program can't be improved, but it has worked and it has exceeded expectations, and I think we need to be careful before we start tinkering around the edges with that program. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for having this hearing. I yield back.